I went through almost a year of training to become an infantry officer. I felt that this was the way, one of the ways that I could prove that I was a man. I was a platoon commander, and then for a while over there, for about 2 months, I was a company commander. I commanded about 250 Marines for a while. Most of that time I was in the bush, as we called it. I was sleeping on the ground with my unit. The stresses over there were many. It was a hot, humid, alien, shadowy environment, so alien that we would refer to America as the world. And the common question was, what did you do back in the world? While I was commanding, we lost 5 of my Marines, and those were very difficult losses. I know their names, and I know where to go to find them on the wall. We had one of our Navy medical corpsmen wander out of the perimeter one night and was shot trying to get back in, and those were my Marines that did that. And so I had to be there on the scene, of course, and process that. Hostile fire was one thing, but to have it happen as an accident or friendly fire, that is more difficult to deal with. I came across a scene once where an American truck had run over a Vietnamese child, and you never forget that either. I came back very hardened. I came back very unemotional, with a clenched jaw. What was inside me was so horrible that I didn't want to share all of that with people I cared about deeply. So I was really guarded. After Vietnam, I chose, of course, to get on with my life. That was the old phrase back then. Using the GI Bill of Rights, I was able to afford a continuing education, and then got into my career, which was in the United Methodist Ministry. I became a clergyman. And as I have told others, Vietnam caught up with me. Insomnia, anxiety, anger, depression, alcohol abuse, those were all part of my life for a long time, but I had, as I said, somewhat successfully managed them. And then when some of the props started being removed from my life, I realized that I needed help, and that's when the symptoms really exploded. Well, now, some of the early triggers from Vietnam were with me: loud noises, the smell of diesel fuel, those kinds of things, which are pretty common to all veterans, and especially Vietnam veterans. And as I said, the alcohol abuse was something that reared its ugly head, and so I had to deal with that, as well as the depression, the anxiety, and the insomnia, and a sense of hopelessness, quite honestly. My counselor, a very gifted man, a veteran, taught me the difference between Vietnam thinking and today thinking. And when an event occurred, he would say, "Okay, Russ, you're in Vietnam thinking. That's not where you need to be. You need to be in today thinking, because Vietnam, even though it still lingers with you in your memory, it's no longer relevant." And just that little exercise helped me a lot. I am one who will always support the VA when there's criticism. I know that there are glitches, and I know that the VA is not what it needs to be in some places, and I know it'll always have its critics. But you're hearing from this veteran that the VA has been extremely helpful to me for the last 20 years, 25 years, and probably saved my life. I'm what they call an outpost leader of an organization called Point Man International Ministries. And it's an organization that started out with Vietnam veterans. It's a spiritually based program, Veterans Helping Veterans. And so it's a little bit unlike the VA and other support groups because we talk about spiritual matters, even spiritual wounding like grief and guilt and meaninglessness. See, I'm a male, and I'm a man who was brought up to have a stiff upper lip and be self-reliant and self-sufficient. And of course in the Marine Corps it's all macho, and at least it was back then. And so to ask for help was one of the hardest things that I could have thought of. And then somebody told me back then that perhaps the greatest act of courage is to ask for help and to admit that you need someone else.